What's up, peeps? Welcome to the Nerding Out podcast. I almost forgot what podcast it was today. I was about to say Senzu Talks. See, I already played the video, the intro video, so we'll just get right into the introductions and announcements. So I am the host, SquallRush, gaming addict, anime nerd, Dragon Ball Z fanatic, all that good stuff. And since Hunter is not here, I am the most handsome person on TikTok you'll ever see in your whole entire life. Yep, that's right. I said that. Let's see, announcements. No real announcements. I already posted my 2 videos. What if the custom battle from Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? What if Goku was actually neglectful? It is the 3-year time gap before the androids arrive. Basically, Goku's just an asshole to Gohan. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It shows how Goku ends up loving Gohan. And then, yeah, nothing else after that. And then I did just post a new Dragon Ball Z Sessions video. Was Goku giving Cell the sensu bean the right move? So everyone, please check those videos out. If you're into Dragon Ball Z or some nerdy stuff, please check those out. I'd appreciate that a lot. And I do have a Buy Me a Coffee account, so if whatever you're watching on doesn't have donations, like if a subscription's too much, you just want to give $1 or something, check out the Buy Me a Coffee account, and it's accountless. So there you go, simple and quick. But if not, no worries. I understand everyone's got bills to pay. Damn, dude. You know what? I had an intro question, but I forget to write these down, and I just forget them. What is a good anime that turned into a game? And then the game turned out good. I'm gonna go with My Hero Ultra Rumble. And take it away, Seven Ninja.
Alrighty. Hey guys, I'm 7 Ninja 7. You can catch me on Rumble. You can catch me on Game Jolt. You can catch me on MeWe. It should all lead you back to my Rumble channel at 7 Ninja 7. Um, about me, I'm a ninja connoisseur, anime connoisseur, all things anime, as long as it's not yaoi or yuri. It can have some elements, but that's about it. Regardless, the anime that turned into a game. Fighter Z or Sparking Zero.
Good choices. Good choices. And I was gonna go Dragon Ball Z route, but I wanted to change it up a little bit for once. You know.
Okay. I see it.
All right. Let's see. So, without further ado, let's get into the anime topic. All right, welcome back, everyone. Let me see. Let me pull up a URL. Share screen. Speed dial. Yeah. All right, so first and foremost, the anime topic of discussion for today. Oh shit, what's up, DT Dub? Zach's Bell. What do you mean Zach's Bell? Why did I not hear that chat? What the fudge? Nah, we are talking about Zach's Bell. That's the game you're talking about? That anime turned into Zach's Bell. What is Zach's Bell? I ain't
heard of that in years. He has like lightning powers, but I think he's a puppet.
Wasn't that Zach? Yeah, that's Zach's Bell. That turned into a game?
It had a fighting game, I think. Yeah, it had a fighting game.
Interesting.
And I ain't heard of this. I might go rewatch this.
Video game. Oh, it did have a video game. Mamoto Battles.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I like the idea of Zach's Bell. You know, it was kind of like Pokemon, but a singular Pokemon almost.
I don't think about Fate.
Legend of Vox Machina. So, guys, we watched Legend of Vox Machina. Well, I'm pretty sure 7 Ninja already watched it all, but for this podcast, I watched some of it. I almost watched all of it. I'm sad I didn't, because it was such an awesome anime. I loved almost everything about it. 7 Ninja, since this is your anime, why don't you kind of get us up to speed a little bit? What's this anime about and everything?
The one in the bottom right, picture in the bottom right, full screen, that one.
This one?
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. I just want you to put the image up, like full screen, for the viewers. Like open image, a new tab. You have to right click on it. But so Legend of Vox Machina, the way I understand it, is supposed to be a D&D campaign that was so legendary that it literally turned into a full-on TV show. And pretty much you're seeing their actions in real time. You're seeing what it feels like to be a D&D player, not able to have a real organized group, trying to figure out how they're going to fix the problem and at any moment. And so any little fail could be a low roll. Any success could be a well, it depends on what the success number is, but could be a 20 or slightly below. So that's kind of what we're seeing with Legend of Vox Machina, is the idea of, number one, people playing as the characters of that D&D match, but also let's say we take it more of in animated time, and actually like the characters are doing this, in real time for themselves. That's what Legend of Vox Machina is about. Now, outside of that, when it comes to like what they are or what they're doing, they're like kind of they're a D&D party. They're fighting against with liches, vampires, dragons, whatever happens at the time. Let me start there.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was after Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, it makes sense now that you say that, because there's like a crap ton of characters, all different classes.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping for like when I was watching the show. I don't know how far you got. I got to like episode 12. I finished there. I was kind of hoping to see something where we see someone roll a dice, and this is why it fails. But you'll see like a magical number just appear above their head, and this is why it failed, or this is why it succeeded. Maybe they're doing a perception check or whatever, and this is like you see like this little icons appear above their head when they're doing it, just to emphasize the idea that this is a D&D story, because without it really just feels like a fantasy story.
Yeah. It definitely felt like I don't know. It did feel like a fantasy story to me. Legend of Vox Machina. I could see the elements of D&D, but it definitely didn't feel like a game to me. It actually felt like an actual story, a funny story, but it had like good anime elements. I could tell this was made by an American company, but it was good. You had like internal struggles. You had like someone dealing with a dark version of themselves. But you had like the American like humor into it, so it was good. Like from the get go, like you get like a tiny what is the imp guy? Not these guys.
So he's apparently a gnome.
Yeah,
I thought he was a dwarf. They are gnomes.
This dude here, he's like a player, like a goofy, horny player, and he's hilarious. Like from the get go, he makes
a not hear that, by the way.
Yeah. I just wanted to have the. I didn't even want
a true bard. I got you. He's a true bard, though, 100%.
Whoa! Spoilers! Spoilers! Whoa!
Season 2, I think. Season 2, I think. I don't know yet.
I did not know they ended up getting together.
I saw like when I was before I had gotten to episode 12, I had seen a D&D roleplay of it, and then they did the animated version of that same scene. So I was like, oh, that's kind of how it looks. So well, hey, anybody's D&D campaign can become a TV show as long as it's good enough, I guess, or has enough backing behind it.
But how did people find this D&D campaign? Did they record it, post it on YouTube or something?
So I don't know if you remember, but in After Hours, I usually sometimes post that a group that has like a goblin, I think he's called a dragon. Anyway, a tiefling. And he has like there's a crocodile and stuff like that. But for any of the viewers, there's a group that does D&D on YouTube, and basically Chuckles the Clown. Let's go with that one. Chuckles the Clown is one of the main characters from I don't know the guy's name, but he's one of the characters that also voices. He's one of the voice actors characters that also voices a goblin. And anyway, they kind of do record their D&D sessions on YouTube. I think Legend of Vox Machina did the same thing. Recorded it on YouTube and then brought it over to someone just said, hey, I like your story, let's take it and make it an animation. But I think, don't quote me on this, but I think Vox Machina is Critical Role. I could be wrong on that, but I think it is Critical Role.
What's Critical Role?
It's a D&D show. I thought you'd actually know about it now to think about it.
Let me look it up on X real quick.
Mhm.
Critical Role?
Yeah,
Critical Reroll?
I think it's them. It should just be Critical Role. Creator. Um, Matthew Mercer. Yep. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Rotating cast of critters discuss Critical
Critical
Role
Role.
news.
Yeah, I'm right. It's Critical Role. So like they're like really big in the D&D space. Spoilers.
Oh shit!
But I don't have a clue who that is. But yeah,
Who the
it's
heck
Critical
is this
Role that does
chick?
this.
That's a new chick.
That's for either 2 or 3. That's either 2 or 3. But pretty much that's what it is. Now, I guess we should talk about like so there's different cliques in between each group in the group, which is you've got Pike and Grog, the barbarian. Pike being the paladin gnome. You've got Vox and Vex, that brother and sister. There's kind of something forming between Vox, the male, and she called her Kiki. I forgot her actual name, but the druid girl. So there's something kind of forming between those two. Although, at least for season 1, how many episodes did you get in?
10.
If I say zombies, do you know what I'm talking about?
There's like a bunch of zombies all over the whole season.
Okay.
I didn't see the last 2 episodes, so if there's anything important in there.
It kind of is for like why am I forgetting his name? The guy on the left, Percy.
Yeah.
So for Percival, we're kind of in his story, and so yeah, there's something important there. But outside of that, well, we already spoiled ourselves with Vex and Percival's little thing. But like at least for season 1. There's a clique between, or at least a mini group between Pike and Grog, Vox and Vex. We kind of haven't seen anything like. So I don't know if you've noticed, but like sometimes we'll see like a whole couple of episodes that's focused on a specific character, like they're kind of leading it, and so it's kind of like Pike kind of has a couple episodes where more or less she's kind of splits off being Pike's episode and also Percival's episode, because this happens around the same time. But then you have like I want to say Vox and Vex have one, but the thing is that they're looking for a specific dragon, and the dragon that they defeat in episode 2, I think. Yes. I think it's 2. The episode in episode 2, they beat the blue dragon. That they just defeated a dragon. That doesn't really mean anything for them, but it's kind of like, this is important to them. So maybe I would say that this is their kind of episode. I feel like Vex, the archer woman, I feel like she is their leader per se, or at least let's go with the idea of. It is said that in friend groups, you always have that mother or nurturing mother figure inside of some friend groups. And so you could argue that that's what Vex is. But then again, I would also argue that Pike plays the more nurturing side versus the more stern yet caring side. That is Vex. And that comes with, their powers and stuff like that.
Hang on, Sorzu rated the stream. Hey, thank you for the raid, broski. Appreciate it. Hang on, you said Vex or Vox is. Which one's the dude? Is that Vox?
Vox should be the male.
Okay, so you said Vex is the leader?
I think she's the leader.
Okay, okay.
At least everyone kind of falls in line.
Yeah.
Grog, he's dumb enough that, everyone that hears him, a lot of times you hear, a character like Grog talking, they usually try to shut him up. Grog is you can tell that he's an equal within the group in the sense that they will listen to him, but they realize like he's gonna say something stupid, which I kind of like. Like even though he says something stupid, they realize like that's just his brain. We know what he's like.
Yeah, he
Don't
ain't got
mind it.
no
And
brain.
so I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind
Yeah,
of like that. It kind of reminds me of the Ogren from 40K because that's kind of how they treat them. Like if you have a group that treats their Ogrens bad, they're probably gonna die soon. But you got a group treating their Ogrens good, you guaranteed to live. At least you'll survive longer because of that Ogren. So Grog kind of reminds me of that. I mean, not Sebastian, Destin, South, the Bard, the gnome Bard, right? Like he's pretty much what we think a Bard is anyway. Always having relations with any possible female. I think he goes both ways, truth be told. So he's having relations in any direction he could possibly can, if he can. That's pretty much him. He does have an episode. You remember when he burns the house?
thanks, my dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, he did burn down the house. That was pretty cool. Sorzu said
I
Vox
would say
Machina
that
is
his
fire. He
moment.
can't wait for season 3. Yeah, dude, it is straight fire. I'm not gonna lie. I was very surprised by how good this anime was.
Mhm. So we need to. We could for season 2. Let's try maybe wait like maybe a month or two. But I'd like to do season 2 with the guys if we can. And I guess maybe talk with Cold Sauce and them. Since you talks about it about season 1 for the viewers, I think that'd be a good idea. Regardless, overall I've enjoyed the story. I think we've also seen Caliph. That's the green chick. We've seen Kayla's story a little bit too. She's kind of more spread out because her biggest issue is her confidence. That and like her knowledge isn't always there. It seems like she's more or less testing herself. She's kind of I don't know if I want to go the route of saying she's a straight up new adventurer because it seems to me that they've been together for a long time. But I'm also getting the impression that Caliph is still kind of the newish person inside of the group, and because of that, we end up hearing like what seems to be she has a very I don't want to go with low self-esteem, but her confidence in what she can do is not as strong as let's say the rest of the group.
I think everyone's got like a flaw. Like what makes good characters, or when you're writing characters, everyone needs like a flaw of some sort. Like like Grox is dumb. Percy is evil. The gnome is a horny bastard. No, I can't think of any flaws for the Vox and Vex. But
Theirs
the
is
druid,
kind of
theirs is what?
theirs is kind of like so how I see Vox and Vex is that you could almost say if you were to put those two together, they'd basically be what a rogue kind of thinks like. Thing is that it's starting to shift more to Vex as being more of that roguish type in a sense of like their mindset. And so since their togetherness is so well, they could easily break away from the group at any time. This causes them to be kind of harsher to the group more often. Now, I will say, Vex knows how to tone it down. She knows how to say, hey, you know what? I'm being a little too much right now. I'll give them that. But I think their biggest issue when it comes to their flaw is that they're too focused on how would I describe that? They're brother and sister, so they're more worried about each other more than they are about the rest of the group, and they're trying to keep. Vex didn't want her brother trying to date Caliph because of their mission, and she feels that Caliph was going to take him away from their mission, and so he's basically trying to tell her, hey, just because we have that mission doesn't mean we can't try to find love, find another emotion outside of, or another feeling outside of our thing, because they're kind of after the revenge after that dragon. So I think that's I think their issue is kind of delving within that, with also delving with the sibling kind of dynamic they've got there.
Yeah.
Percy's a straight up revenge. Like
yeah, he's just straight up evil sometimes. And then Pike, she's just, I mean, she got over her flaw like halfway through the season. Hers was like she couldn't be real with herself, and then so she had to deal with like internal struggles of getting her powers back and shit.
I think that Pike's issue is going to still be there regardless. Only on the idea that a paladin outside of a group of paladins is going to have a harder time being, what a paladin may stand for. But what we figure out with the Everlight, at least, is that her god, at least, doesn't seem to care about the. So I'm gonna put it like this. Has been said. I'll touch into this, but I won't go fully into this. And it has been said that religion, and this is any religion, their god doesn't necessarily care as much about some of the things that humans do as much as the humans themselves. I would go as far back as like when we saw like the church. Let's go with the Christian church for a moment. Was trying to pretty much control the world for a period of time. The people are the ones setting the rules. A lot of the things you would say, a lot of the rules that you saw people during those times were following was because of the people or the Inquisition. And what really was, it's more like you watch Castlevania, right?
I did not.
Okay. Basically, let's put it this way. There's what their god says, and there's what the people say. And since you usually learn about your god through people, it's going to be a little twisted from the original message. And so whatever the rules were from that god, there could be extra rules because of the people underneath that god that's teaching you. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what Pike's situation was.
Sounds like an intentional telephone, maybe. Like someone's purposely changing up the rules to conform to however they want it to be.
Yeah. So that's kind of what Pike's issue. Man, she can be powerful. Like, you said you didn't watch the last 2 episodes. You're gonna love Pike. And no, you've seen her.
Yeah, she gets her power back. She's like all OP now. Instead of being like a weak little healer just chilling in the back, now she has like light powers and shit.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what that turns into. Because she literally the perfect counter comes through the skies. Here I am, the angel to save the day, and just wipes zombies out with little to no effort. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like she straight up dominated the rest of the two episodes. She doesn't just straight dominate him. I guess that's a spoiler, but she doesn't straight dominate him. But like from what we saw, she's pretty powerful. She better be just. I
thought she should have been OP after that moment, like up there with Gronk or more.
I don't know if she does say this within that first episode. She kind of has a Goku Super Saiyan 3 situation with the time limit. So she kind of has a situation like that. I don't know if she knows about like if there was a time limit on a sense of her energy expenditure, or whether there was a time limit in the sense of like her raw connection. I don't know if she knew anything about that, but I think she was aware that that could break at any moment. So to do the best she can within the amount of time she has.
So you think Pike and Gronk have a thing?
No, not like that. Not in the sense of like that kind of relationship.
Okay.
More like she's kind of his guiding figure. But they're, like I said, like how Vox and Vex have they're kind of a small group, and like Pike and him, they kind of have that kind of group within the group kind of thing. Man, I
Let's see.
really wanted to see the bear in action though. Like we kind of
Oh,
kept getting teased. We saw a little bit, but not like what we needed to see. I wanted to see the bear get the action.
I
So,
forgot about the bear, to be honest. Like he was gone after like episode 2 or 3. So the fact
hmm
that you brought it up, it's like, yeah. And it like it jogged my memory about the bear. Like, yeah, you're probably right on the nail on that one.
hmm so,
I think it's possible that Pike and the gnome might become a thing in the future. I
yeah,
mean, there was like little elements of it here or there.
he says to him, she's like, well, why don't we right here, right now? And I'm like, I think she's joking in that moment, but I think that like it's kind of more like I don't think she's very serious at all, at least in season 1. At the same time, the seed's there.
But
She might have felt something in the past, but the seed is there certainly.
remember, there's that time in the first couple episodes where he catches her, and then like they have that moment where they're just staring at each other's eyes for a minute. Then they're just like, "Oh snap! Yeah, back to normal."
Mm, I see that, and I think it's kind of also a trope to see where you'll see like someone of the same race or species, in any form of way like that. It'll cause them to kind of have that kind of moment. We've seen that a lot in any of all fiction. Um, of course, there was the time with Caliph and Vox, but okay, are we calling Vox and Vex dark elves? Or I know for a fact, I think for a fact, she's for Caliph, I'm gonna call her a wood elf. She's not a high elf, at least in my eyes. High elves are usually a little more snobby, so even she couldn't really be the Keyleth we know if she was a high elf. But I don't know if I want to go with dark elf with them.
I don't know. I'm not too knowledgeable about like the different kinds of elves. I don't know. Like
They're
since
still
Dragon Ball Daima came
still
out,
elves to this day.
since Dragon Ball Daima
Yeah.
came out, all I can think about is they're part of the demon clans with the pointy ears now.
They even got the noble lady.
Which was the
The
noble
paladin.
lady. Oh, the paladin.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, they're elves. So there's
Okay.
something there, but something could have formed regardless because like they're so. There's also this idea of because they're small. Maybe Grog meets someone around Grog's height, or someone that just falls in love with Grog, whatever. But like they're kind of around the same height. So there's something around people being around the same height that I've seen as a trope as well. If they catch each other, there's some kind of love romance connection showing right then and there. So I see two tropes going here. They're the same species or they're same height. I've seen that trope a couple times. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing there. At the same time, I won't say it's impossible, but I think at least for right now, at least every moment that we do see, it's more of how would I put that? If anything, I would say that it's more like a seed has been planted, then we might see something in the future. But as of right now, I don't think it's real, at least not yet. There's also something of the idea of I just got saved, and I'm very thankful to that person. I've got a lot of gratitude. In the same time, this is a little awkward because that's not our relationship. If you or I were to catch each other out of a burning building, there'd be that moment of gratitude because I saved you. But then you'd be like, oh, hey, put me down. Put me down.
Yeah, but we're two straight males though. If it's like a straight female to a straight male, like a girl, like obviously girls like getting swept off their feet. They like being captured. They like being saved like a princess or something, That's like a turn on for them. But if I'm getting saved by another male, I'm like thank you, but my masculinity has been bruised here. Put me down now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But like I said, the seed's there, and we'll see something at least maybe in season 2 or maybe season 3. But I don't know. We just caught wind of what looked like a female gnome, so there might be another gnome in the work. Then again, though, let's start here. Not Sebastian. The Bard is a rolling stone, and Pike is not. So either Pike is going to cause the Rolling Stone to stop being a Rolling Stone, or I don't know. I don't see that happening, and I don't see polygamy going on here.
I can see it with what's the bard's name? I forgot his name.
That's the thing. I keep losing that. I'll look it up while we're
Vox Machina characters.
Character channel.
Scanlan? Shorthalt?
Scanlan.
Man, why does that name not sound familiar at all? What the fuck? I don't remember them calling him that at all.
Scanlan's hand. I remember hearing that a lot. The pelvic thrust of lightning.
Yeah, he had some funny moments. But I could see like some sort of polygamy going on with that fool. He likes guys, girls, and everything in between. I don't think he has a type.
I don't see Ike doing that though, because that idea. Then we have this whole ordeal of like, well, okay, now you're like flirting with like anybody, and or like she's a holy woman, and I don't really see a holy woman going along with that. Of course, it depends on where they're drawing on their holy woman from. Some in some religions I have seen over the years, especially in the media, I've seen a man can have about 3 to 4 wives, so it depends on what they're going for here. That being said, I actually foresee that being an issue if they were to get together. Because everyone kind of has an issue with the fact that he sleeps around so much, to some degree. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're like really bothered by it, but at least enough they're like, oh, he probably sleeping with someone again, that off comment. Or he's in a brothel or whatever.
I feel like they're going with a whole modern vibe with this old school setting though. Like, you got like first episode, the short dude, Scanlan, I forgot his name already. He's already given head to like a girl, like in a bar, in a room. I don't think that was like a thing till like where guys give girls head until like the 19th century maybe. I mean, don't quote me on that one, but I can't really see like guys like giving to girls back then and like these old school settings. And
it's probably a more modern currently.
Yeah, and then on top of that, he's like some sort of like bisexual, pansexual type of person. So, and then you got like hints of, like Pike, she like the whole like she's not truthful with herself ordeal you got going on. And then like so she admits to like the Everlight version of herself, like, yeah, so like I haven't been following the Crusaders path or whatever. I've been hanging out with my friends. Yeah, we drink, we do like sinful stuff, but I like being part of them, So to me, that kind of hints toward she's not the stereotypical white knight, who's just like by the book, like, but she'll still get the powers and the status of the by the book knights. She just goes and like does her own thing from time to time. So I could see like if they get together, something weird might happen outside of a normal relationship.
I see it. I guess the only problem I'm having is that because of like, this Pike does come and she'll say like, this isn't right, we shouldn't be doing this. Her let's go with her upbringing. Her upbringing is still playing a role in her mind, and I think that will play a role. It may not hit her all the time. She may not say something all the time, but she's supposedly, I think Percy said it herself. You're a holy woman. You're always going to want to save somebody. She's a holy woman. she may understand her Everlight a lot better. She might be stronger with her god. But when it comes down to, her upbringing as a holy woman, it will play a big role on what she's willing to do. And so I could totally see, although she's like a lot, probably less than let's say a more pure paladin, I could totally see that being an issue.
Yeah, it'll probably bring up some good character development arc if something like that were to happen.
The thing is, he's kind of not himself if he's not doing that, right?
Who, Pike?
I don't think. No, not Pike.
Scanlan.
How did I forget it? Yeah, Scanlan. I don't think he's himself if he stops being the sleeps around bard. That's what they're known for. But for him to not be that sleep around bard, it's kind of a problem.
What about that part where Pike was looking into Percy's soul or whatever? You remember that part?
All right, we could talk about that. I just watched that part not too long ago.
That part was sick. Like the whole darkness within Percy, like it had that scary face, and it like reached out at her. That was really well done. I was not expecting this. This kind of looks like, not gonna lie, like a low budget like animation, but like when it comes to like the special effects and the fighting, it's pretty good. It's not bad. So Percy's evil form there was fucking cool,
bro. I mean, I loved his evil form, and I loved that kind of venom we were feeling. Like everything, like, yeah, I want to say because they do go with this idea of like, revenge is wrong kind of thing. They kind of do sort of go that route in season 1. But, like, they kind of don't and they kind of do. I'm gonna put it like that. They kind of don't, they kind of do. But I kind of love the venom that comes from that darkness he's got inside of him. I kind of love that. It's just like you usually see him do some kind of damage in any fight, but when you see him in this particular situation, you see that kind of like that channeling of raw rage is being channeled into his gun. It's every little because I don't know if you noticed his like people have fidget spinners, they'll just be messing with their fidget spinner. He's constantly cycling his revolving, what do we want to call that? It's not a blunderbuss. Let's just call it a pistol. His revolver, right? It seems like he's channeling some kind of raw power within to it. I noticed that. But I love seeing that. I love seeing like how like his revenge is fully kind of taking him over in a sense where his venom only gets worse and worse and worse. And so that's gonna come to a head like in like episode 12. It's gonna come to a head in episode 12. But like seeing the stages and the emphasis in his voice, his tone change, his eyes going black, the mask turning into a plague doctor's mask, was beautiful. That was wonderful.
Usually I don't like gun characters, but he's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like him a lot.
Let's see.
Who's your favorite character of the 7?
Well, we were just talking about the guy.
Give me a sec. Go ahead and talk about your favorite character.
Oh, good. I like Vox, him being like a rogue. I thought that was cool. Seeing he's got some kind of like dagger recall ability. Lockpick stuff like that. I think that's kind of cool. At the same time, and he's pretty sneaky too. I'll give him that. But I think when it comes to D&D, it's one of those situations for me. It's like when I see in D&D, I'm like, you can build your own character. I'd probably be someone more like Percival in the sense of like him being an artificer, but I kind of see myself also carrying a dagger as well in case my guns fell. And so I was kind of like, I like when I saw him, I was like, okay, is he gonna be weak or is he gonna be strong? How are they gonna do this? And so seeing Percival be strong in his own right and actually having more than just gun skills was kind of cool to see. Although I will say this, the mages do feel like mages, and and everyone else kind of feels like they're more toned down, if you will, compared to or toned down so when they do something it has more impact. What I'd like to see. So Grog has his rage moments. I want to see more of that. Like, we know he'll call it out, and I think he does, like, not necessarily call it out, but we do see him kind of get enraged when he gets shot by those arrows. But I'd like to see him have more rage moments, because whenever he does it, he goes absolutely ballistic. I mean, it straight up feels like Kratos is losing his mind in the God of War series. Thanks for coming by, Charm City. Appreciate it. That's pretty much it. So yeah. Outside of that, Squall, just let me know when you're back. Yeah, Percival's probably my favorite. Scanlan, I like seeing Scanlan do things. I just kind of feel like they need to use him more when it comes to just not even just combat. I would like for Scanlan to actually do a lot more reconnaissance when it comes to like people. He's a bard, so we got to see him sing a few times to try to charm people. But a bard is someone that gets to know a lot of things. There, at least when it came to some of the things I saw, like for real life bards, like they're the kind of the people that tell about the different stories that are going around in other cities because they travel so much. So for him to be a bard, I would kind of like to see him pick up knowledge dealing with either being in brothels, being in multiple dens, stuff like that. We know why they can't be in like many many bars as often as they do because of Grog getting drunk and them trashing the place. But I'd actually like to see Scanlan do a lot more reconnaissance when it comes to the different areas. Maybe playing a gig, getting them some money for being that guy that does the gig, and in some form of way learns about the area as the bard. I think that'd be kind of cool. 1 second. We also get to see someone like Keyleth. Keyleth has a. What we see with Keyleth is she's able to talk to animals, or she's able to talk to the trees or plants and vegetation. We did get to see a lot of that during the end of let's see, episode 12, 11, and 10. No, you're fine. You're fine. But we did get to see a lot of Keyleth talking to the trees. And the animals, well, not really as much as the animals, but more the trees. And I thought that was kind of cool. But what I'd like to see a little more, if we can, would be actually like letting us hear the trees talk to Keyleth. And even if they're talking in rhymes or something, it would be nice to be able to do that, because we're kind of just guessing when it comes to like what they're actually saying. I will say this though, they do usually show us some kind of like let's pan over to here and let's show some kind of imagery to kind of give off what they might be talking about. But I would like to see the trees talk to Keyleth like verbatim when they're talking to her.
That would definitely be cool. So I was listening a little bit. You said Percival is your favorite?
100%.
Yeah, since he whipped out that mask, that darkness in him, like that, I thought that just like kind of. He was kind of like a background, like more in the back to me in the first couple episodes, but later he really picks up and becomes pretty cool.
I think for because his whole story, at least for like season 1 anyway, right, is revenge. That's his main thing. So pretty much he's gotten his revenge. But for season 1 anyway, he's gotten his revenge. And so,
wow, spoilers.
Well, hey, look, hey, you were already there. You already know. I ain't gotta say it. You already know. So he's pretty much got his revenge. I
saw some of him getting some revenge. You got like
Mm.
revenge on a couple people. There's like the fat dungeon jail cell, and then his teacher, and like he
Man,
broke that one doctor out of jail, but then like she just got away on the episode I was watching.
bro, when he shot that bullet and it ricocheted off the golems and then it hit that guy in the mouth, I was like, wow, you had to hit that nat 20 on that one. There's no way you made that shot. But it was beautiful. I enjoyed that. Although, I'm going to be real with you on that scene when he kills his teacher. I don't understand why they didn't just go for him in the first place.
Yeah. I guess they needed
He was just sitting there running his mouth.
his shiny little tongue and everything for everyone to see.
I mean, the whole time he's just running his mouth. I would have said, "Look, oh, I'm not damaging the goals, but I know what I can damage." Oh, I would have threw the axe at him. If I was Grog, I would have threw the axe at him. If I was Percy, I would have shot him straight up. He had no multiple times. And you know, a bullet travels faster than you can speak. So he wouldn't have had time. He wouldn't have had time to think about it.
I think they just had to
But-
make some dramatic finish of some sort.
I think also Percival wanted to go for that walk him down, blow up his legs and his arms like he did the first guy, because he literally what Percy says to that the jailer, his teacher says to him. I think he says, "I want you to see who kills you." Yeah, right there.
Yeah, that part was raw.
That shot was magical. That shot was magical. That shouldn't even happen.
Wait, is that the professor's name on the gun?
It probably is, because when he when someone new shows up, it flashes onto the barrel itself.
Ah, yeah, because Anders is the teacher's name, Professor Anders.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what happened there. And Percy gets tortured a lot. I mean, I don't even think we saw his sister get hit like that, besides the when she got shot by those arrows. Percy took the brunt of most of that torturing session. I could see, bro, look, I'm gonna put it like this. When we saw his rage for the first time, like I was like, dang, he did to shoot that man's hands off like that in the when he was inside the garden. Like, dang, he's got some venom in him. But then we see the venom and where it comes from, and when he's getting tortured, and why he wants to kill that that
The
inventor
nurse,
chick,
the
no arm?
doctor. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, he did him dirty, bro. Good gracious, I can see where that venom's coming from.
Yeah,
Oh
when
my
she
God.
clawed him straight down his chest. Ugh, that hurt, bro. That hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro. Like, I don't know why he's not telling his whole team this as he sees them. Like, you know, like, oh, this person did this to me. Give him to me now. You know, it's just like they find these guys, and then he just shows up with the gun about to kill them. They're like, Percy, what are you doing? Like, bro, fucking tell these people, you know? Like, let me,
Bro,
let me,
when he walks in, you saw when he was at the table at the dining table. When he walks to somebody, he's locked in. Straight up, ain't nobody else is here. It's just him and them. Well, and all you see, he walks up, the shadows coming over him, the mask is forming, turns into a biting demon-like face, comes over him, and the bullets are ready. That mask comes off this dude's eyes and straight up black. Like, it's over. So I think what we're seeing there is strictly either I kill him or someone else does. But you know what though? He does not like You haven't seen 11 or 12.
No,
He
that
does
doesn't
not
sound
like getting a
familiar.
kill stolen from him. He does not like it seeing a kill sister. Matter of fact, I wouldn't say that he doesn't necessarily, but that rage that's in him does not like it. So, mm. But how'd you feel about learning about what happened to the sister?
I don't think I
Not
got
the younger
that far
version.
yet. Like I know she got like shot down, and then he ran away, and then I saw that she betrayed them. I was kind of like I was like editing videos, but I didn't see why she like betrayed them and joined. Like I just saw like they were betrayed, and they're trapped for some reason. She's like, yeah, while you ran away, like I have a new family that won't run away or something like that. And it's the Briarwoods.
Bro, I love that they actually explain why she says that. Because when she said it originally, I was like, not this trope again. Oh, you ran away. I thought you died. I came back. Like Percy's like, I thought you died. And she's like, she's being sassy to him, acting like he's the worst. And I'm like, your brother came back. He didn't know you died. He thought you died. Yeah, he comes back. Did you look up Percy Jackson? But anyway, he literally thinks she died. She finds out, oh, he thought I died. You didn't come back and check on me. And he's like, I thought you died. I didn't have time. I was getting chased down. And so we see that trope, but then we see that she is, and man, I think that is in episode 11. I'm gonna put it like this. You remember what happens to Vox?
Vox?
When it comes to Vox, the male dark elf.
Oh, he got like mind controlled or some shit, right? Because he dipped on them too.
So what do you think happened to the sister?
It's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
They probably they did some sort of mind control on her. It's like, I mean, like at first I was like, oh damn, like she betrayed them, but then then I had like when I looked over and saw that the brother was betraying them, but I was like, nah, he's under mind control. And I was like, wait a minute, if he's under mind control, she might be under mind control too,
So that's what I like, and I'm glad they explained that. Because I was like, don't do this trope again, bro. Because like, look, she's an adult now. She's probably seen someone get betrayed by now. something. The idea that she would somehow or another not know that her brother thought she had died. I mean, for all intents and purposes, she probably did die. Got revived or something. She's kind of pale compared to her brother. If anyone would probably think she did die. So for her to be an adult and not think that this is probably what happened, seems a bit crazy to me. So I was kind of glad to see, like, hey, she understood what really happened. Here's the thing, though. For a good period of time, when she's inside the city, she's like, I think she says, I let the resistance know information about like what's going on inside of the tower. But you know what, Squall? The jailer literally says, we know all about your resistance and all of that. So I think she was a double agent. I think she was just telling enough to the resistance for them to know something, and I think she also was telling the Briarwoods what's going on with the resistance. So I think she was a double agent the whole time. And she played such a good role because she got mind controlled.
Damn.
I gotta give it to her.
I gotta see the last 2 episodes. I don't know if she's mind controlled or she's actually betraying them. Because like there's the scene where the teacher kills her, but the brother and his friends save her. So that's gotta mean something to her.
I think the whole reason he did that is because I don't think he thought they would try to revive her. I think what happened here was he was trying to cause a little more anger and envy, or anger and anguish inside of Percival, and so like he's playing up to him being a villain. I think that's what happened there. But I also, here's the thing, right? If she was mind controlled, it would have gotten dispelled by in some kind of way. It is magic at the end of the day. Like how what happens to the Vox? It is magic at the end of the day. Could have not got it dispelled or anything when she got killed, but technically she didn't die.
Yeah.
She was just really low on health, right? Bleeding out. So,
I feel like she was dying
say she's
because like
still alive,
she
but-
almost did die. Like when the druid Caliph finished the spell with the dirt and everything
Yeah.
and spit on it. Like she did die like have that final breath and was motionless until she woke back up.
you know I gotta hit though.
Yeah. Other than
Big deal
that,
with
I'm
Big
really
deal with
sad I
that
didn't
animal
have
like
enough
that.
time to finish it. I really wanted to finish
Well-
this anime. I thought it was really good.
Mm.
Alright,
How about when
final
the spoiler
thoughts.
territory? So don't worry about it.
Final thoughts,
I
we can
enjoyed
move
it.
on.
I enjoyed it overall. Guys, viewers, I plan to do on my channel a full review of the whole season. So check it out there. But you know, I enjoyed it overall. I want to see season 2 and I want to see season 3 based off of what we've seen in season 1. And hopefully you'll finish it today. And like you know, since you talked, we can talk about those last 2 episodes. So, you know, check out Since You Talked. We'll talk about Vox Machina with the rest of the group. Regardless, I've enjoyed the whole overall show, and Percy is still my favorite so far.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, like we found out on a couple podcasts ago that technically, since it's made by America, it's not an anime. I'm still considering it an anime. You know, it's got everything you need. It's got like internal struggle, like villains, like backstory. It's got the soul that an anime has, like everything you need in an anime. And it has a little bit more since it's like a very adult like show, you know. So it's perfect for like guys like in their late 20s, early 30s, like even like young 20s, you know. It's good for that. Like it's got the modern humor into it. What's it called? Like I think Pike had when she first came back with her newfound power and Gronk hugged her, she was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm not actually here. I'm here through astral projection." He was like, "Ass what?" Like I thought that was pretty funny. So it's got some good moments that's gonna make you laugh. And
Hold on
and,
a
you know,
second. We got to talk about that acid scene. I
acid
completely
scene.
forgot about it. When Grog jumps into the acid, and then Pike's over here healing him. I don't think Pike could have done that had Pike been actually here. I don't think she could have healed him as good as she did. But
What
with her
episode was
astral
that?
projected side, when they trapped him inside that room with and Scandalin thinks it's drugs, but it's actually like an acid solvent that fills up the room. Grog dives into it. His sister traps him in the room, and the Drow brother gets stuck outside. All in that episode.
Like one of the beginning episodes.
No. This happens when Percy's sister locks them in that room.
Is that the final 2 episodes?
No. That's it's before they get to the ziggurat, and it's literally they meet the nurse, and the nurse takes them into a room where there's like a powdery substance on the ground, and there's like some kind of injector on the top area.
Oh,
It's like
shit.
literally in that same episode.
What the fuck? I don't remember that. I must
Look up maybe Vox Machina acid room. Maybe you'll. That's the ziggurat. There is acid there.
This one?
Grog's in the left side right there. That's when he's going. He jumps into the acid, and so Scandalin causes the group to stand on a hand, and he pulls out this guitar pick so he can do like a heavy metal to lift them a little higher. And when he's doing that, they're all standing on top of the Scandalin hand. So Grog is told by Percival, one of us has to go down and flip the switch on the bottom so that we can stop. I think what happens is it blows up, but they want to stop the injector from injecting this liquid into like the acid that's inside of the box. And so Grog dives in head first into the acid, swims all the way down to the lever he's got to pull up, and both Pike and the doctor, the nurse, is helping Percy flip the switch on the top hanging area they're on. So they're flipping the switch up there, Grog's flipping the switch at the bottom, and Pike is healing Grog the whole time. And that's pretty much how that goes down. I had to talk about it. Grog was the MVP in that moment. That man was toughing it out. You know what? I think he popped his rage while he was in there too. I think they get a toughness boost of some kind. So he jumps in. And he's naked in that scene too. He jumps in head first. No self-preservation whatsoever. We're getting this done. I'm saving everybody. Grog is the GOAT. But that's all I want to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. I think I was like taking a nap while watching that episode, and then I just kind of woke up like at the end of it. I don't know what I was doing, maybe editing videos, something. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. This was a good one. I'm happy there's a season 2 so I can watch more of it. And season 3 I think is coming out soon, so that's gonna be awesome. I definitely recommend it to all the viewers out there watching. This is a really good anime.
Did the missus enjoy it?
Huh?
The missus watching with you?
She didn't really watch it. I mean, she heard the part where Pike was like, "Oh yeah, I'm here through astral projection." He was like, "Asked what?" And she laughed during that part.
Gotcha.
All right, guys. Now we will go on to the gaming section. All right, welcome back, everybody. For today's game, we got The Crew 2. I thought this was a pretty good game to talk about today because I don't know if anyone noticed, but a few weeks ago, The Crew 2 was actually on sale on Steam for $1. That's right, $1 measly. I already had The Crew 2. I forget if I paid for it or if it was on sale or if it was on PS Plus for PlayStation 4 like a few years ago. But since it's on The Crew 2, but since then I got a PC, a PS5. Like the PS4 is like in the past basically to me. Yeah, I bought it on PC. I haven't touched it yet, but I got it. But I've like some experience on the game. The game is a really cool game where it's like open world, but the cool thing about this is not like open world like Forza or open world like Need for Speed. Like they don't have like their own made up geographies and stuff like that. This one's like actually like it has like the real world in it, but it's like got little bits of real world in it, not like full on a whole state, because they got like California, they're missing some states, but then they got like the main cities in the areas. That way you can like drive from like California to like New York in like 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. Yeah, so basically in California they got San Francisco, they got LA, but they don't have like the full cities. And then like on top of that, they don't have like the neighboring cities, just like the major ones of each state and like the major states of of the United States. But like it's like the closest thing to like a real world open world racing game that we got, I believe, in my opinion. And then you got like races, you got full country races, you got like dirt road races. I think you even got drifting events and stuff like that in here.
Hmm.
So, it's got a little bit of everything, and like the graphics are really good. The driving mechanics are a little. It won't take that long to get used to if you're like if you're playing like Forza, Gran Turismo, or Grand Theft Auto, or like those other racing driving games. The mechanics are a little different, but you'll get used to them pretty quick if you like racing games and are into racing games. Not the mechanics, the physics. There we go, the physics of the game. What are your thoughts on it, Seven Ninja? Did you like the game? What parts did you like or dislike?
So for me, one thing I would love to see, maybe in a future crew, would be like, so in the intro of the crew, they show us switching from a car to like a plane to like boat and then into a car again. And I would have loved to have seen that more and more inside of the game. Even if it was just a matter of like, actually, yeah, they could quick switch it like that. I wanted to see a lot more of that within inside the game because I come from a Sonic All Stars Transform Racing kind of background. Like I played that game, and you have the ability to switch into a plane and a boat in that game. And I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of like the more realistic version of that. But the rest of the game's kind of like that. Now, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it was kind of like, I was kind of looking for it. That's what advertised, I guess. I enjoyed really just driving in there. Speed is certainly feels like I can certainly feel the speed there. Since it's a regular like driving game, there's no items, so it's kind of like drafting, turning, how close you are to a turn, stuff like that. How well you take a corner. I think the controls are pretty good. I'll say that. I think I enjoyed car, plane, and boat more than off-road. I didn't really like drifting that much. Overall, I didn't like what the heck? I didn't like drifting overall that much, but like I did like enjoy like I guess I would say that it's probably some of the best drifting I've seen in realistic like games. So I'll say that. But drift races aren't really my thing. Outside of that, though, for what I'm usually doing when it comes to the crew, so maybe after I get a couple of cars or a couple of vehicles of any kind, what you'll probably find me doing if I'm ever playing that game or if I ever get the new one, is just driving around the city. There's something about just driving around the city that's very peaceful. It's very enjoyable. You'll even catch like random players just out of nowhere doing that, and I don't think you can collide with them, so like that shouldn't be an issue. But it was just fun, just finding different players, seeing what they were doing, in their own play space and stuff like that. So that's something I did enjoy. I did enjoy though, and I think this is another reason why I feel like they should have been able to done like the switchover races. So like if you're driving a car, you can switch over to a plane when you're in free roam. So if you're flying a plane, you could be like 5 miles in the sky and drive the car while you're in the sky. That could even be a boat if you wanted it to. So you could be driving a boat on land in the middle of the air. So, it's which is why I'm like, I would have loved to have seen, would love to have been able to see like actual, switching of the vehicles because you can do it inside of free play.
That
You
is
know, it was fun
that is a
regardless.
good point. Like despite like how fun like the racing and the races like let's just get money is. Like a lot of the fun was actually just driving around the open world from city to city, state to state. Like and like when I was like on PS4, I played this with like a couple friends, and it was just fun, just digging around, driving from like New York to like California, San Francisco to LA, or LA to Seattle. Like a lot of it was like
Mhm.
just fun times. Uh, and
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know, the graphics and the scenery is just beautiful in this game. What's it called? Like, what makes like what sets this? Usually, like what these type of racing games, you got like real cars. Like my one of my favorite cars is thanks to that Transformers movie is the Camaro. And like I love that the fact that they got Camaros in this game. Like I actually own a Camaro in real life because of that Transformers movie. So when they got Camaros in a video game, a racing game, like oh hell yeah, let me get that Camaro. Let me have fun with this thing. Like of course like racing games can't always have like every single car, so you might want like this version like this year of this car, but due to like licensing and money, you can't get every single car. But like Forza Motorsports, that's just a whole different animal. Or Forza 5 Horizon. Like those games are just different animals. They have like all the cars.
Mhm.
So you're probably not gonna find like an old school like Toyota MR2 in here, but you will find like a Camaro or a Corvette, and you can have fun with like some of the cars. But yeah, the scenery in this game is just amazing, bro. Like, fuck, does the game have crossplay? I hope I could play this game with you. You know what? I could probably download this on my PS5 and play this with you if you got this.
I have to re-download it. Shit, I gotta. It might be done tonight if I do it, but we'll see.
Oh,
Does it have crossplay?
Motorfest supports crossplay.
Maybe not today, but somewhere down the line, I'll probably get it because again, I enjoyed playing too, just for driving around and stuff like that. So I might get Motorfest because it looks pretty beautiful from the scene shots I've seen. But I think your question was what makes this game stand out. And besides the idea of like driving multiple different types of vehicles, plane or air, sea and off-road and street, I think I want to say this as well. I think one of the reasons why we don't have all the cars is because of that. But what I would love to see more, if let's say like Motorfest or another one does this, I would actually like to maybe create my own cars.
That would be
for
cool.
future.
That would be different.
Yeah. And obviously they can have like their I don't know why they just like taunted us with that. Oh, you can switch vehicles while you're in the middle of a race. You can't do that. But anyway,
Oh yeah.
but I would love
What I
to be
meant
able to
by
do
what
that.
makes this different is like the fact that we got like the actual US in like the closest thing to the US we got in any racing game so far. Usually it's just like one big map of a city or maybe like half a state-ish,
I mean, it actually feels like a real place. I mean, you can't run anybody over, but I don't know. I said that you can't run anyone over, but like it feels like an actual real place. Stuff is actually going on in the background, and that's what I think is pretty cool. I feel like they can improve more on that, but I also think the reason they're probably not a lot, because number one, you kind of want people to be able to race, number one, but then number two, you kind of don't want to like there are going to be people that are just straight up going to run over civilians. So like it's kind of a good thing they don't have so much going on, but I would kind of like to see more liveliness than they already have. But I will say that the world does feel lived in to some degree. There's even areas where you'll pull up in this area, maybe you're like beside like the beach or something, and like there's like no one around in this area. This is like so the off-road of the off-roads. But then you'll go to like an area that's like highly populated, and there'll be like thousands of people in areas. So I kind of like how they got that population density down back to some degree.
Yeah, that's true. And they even got like the landscapes of the cities, like not down to a T, but they got the overall vibe. Like San Francisco. Like I live near San Francisco, like about an hour away ish. But I've been there and I know like there's lots of tall buildings, lots of hills, and like when you go to San Francisco, it feels like you're going up and downhill all the time. And like the the buildings and everything. They got the whole vibe. I've been to Seattle, and like they got like the whole vibe of Seattle. They got like I forget what they have, not the dome, like the Needle over there. They got like the sports arenas there. And then I've been to Las Vegas, and when you go to Las Vegas, it feels like Las Vegas. You know, you got the strip, like the big long buildings and stuff like that. So they got the overall vibe down of like most of the cities there. And it's really fun to like explore. Like you might be broke in the game, but it's fun to just explore the area because of like the how well they got the cities down.
I ain't gotta put any gas in, so you know I'm happy in that. Man. But yeah, I mean, pretty much that. One thing that I kind of want to see with more games, at least games like that. So I kind of want to be, because you have a character to go walk around as, and I would kind of like to see, maybe things outside of driving so I can interact with the people. Maybe I go eat some food. It might give me some kind of buff or whatever. Or maybe there's also this thing about gaining followers, getting some kind of sponsors, stuff like that in Crew 2. And it's like mingling with the people outside of like, the race directors and stuff like that. Mingling with regular people, getting out there, stuff like that would be kind of cool. Just walking to like maybe an arcade or going to see a movie. Yeah, it could be a short, like maybe 5-second movie, and it just skips time. But these little things play a big role. That's one of the reasons why people like GTA so much, is that you can kind of live within the world itself. And so I think that if they were to go down that route, I think the game would overall improve leaps and bounds.
Yeah. This kind of ties into what we had planned prior to the podcast, like what makes a good racing game. Because we got like games like the Crew 2, Gran Turismo, Forza, and then you got games like Mario Kart, Mod Nation, Stampede. Two completely different genres of really good racing games. Like the Crew 2, Forza, Gran Turismo is all about realism, graphics, physics, car choices, real cars, real world like experiences, like how skillful can you be, and like games like Mario Kart, Stampede, Mod Nation. That's all about like the goofy PvP fun factor. Like, oh, I'm about to get this guy. I'm about to own him, or I'm about to hit him with this red shell. Or I'm about to hit him with this green shell. Oh, this mofo is in first place. Let me hit him with a blue shell, So there's like two completely separate, different racing categories, but they both are really good. So I guess we're going to discuss what makes a good racing game. What's your thoughts on it first, Seven Ninja?
Well, we're already kind of talking about Crew, so let's switch it up a little bit. For the arcadey style, I think when it comes to what's a good one, I'm the biggest fan of Crash Team Racing, and yet I can tell you right now I understand why that game it has players, but it's going to be only really the more elite players. I can tell you why, and it's because the skill gap. It's easy to learn how to do what causes the skill gap, but the problem is that you have to kind of master it in order to actually really race the higher level players. So I think number one, a good racer allows you to be able to move as fast as possible, within the realm of like the players that are in the back are able to catch up in some shape or form. There's also the idea of the feeling of speed. I'm not talking about motion blur. I'm talking about you can actually see your speed going higher and higher. Obviously, to some kind of cap, but like it gets higher and higher to a point, and you can keep that top speed as long as possible. I think for a kart racer, that's going to be very important because player skill is a big factor in people staying in your game. At the same time, like I said before, Crash Team Racing. I know why people don't play that game like that, and I know why I have to. If I'm going to play that game online, I'm going to have to find people in a Discord or something. And the simple fact is, You can't be out pacing your casuals like that. It's just not a good idea, especially if you want the game to still be profiting and making new stuff over time. So casuals still need to be able to play. There also needs to be a ranked mode versus a non-ranked mode, with incentives that would cause the people to go to that ranked mode. And I think also players that are inside of that aren't players that are in ranked and non-ranked need to have a way to catch up to the person in first. Blue shell, I may not like it, but I understand why it's there. I also understand why the bullet bill does exist. I love the idea the bullet bill has different kinds of duration depending on where you are inside of the position. So first, maybe like a couple of seconds, but you're in the back, especially if you're way in the back, almost getting lapped, you're going to get multiple bullet bills at a time. So I understand completely where they're coming from when they say, hey, you've got to have a way to come back. That's why Mario Kart to this day is still one of the most played kart racing experiences.
I will say the Crew 2, like games like the Crew 2 have way more higher like skill than Mario Kart. Like with Mario Kart, it's not so much skill, it's more like you just gotta learn like the tricks. Like drifting in Mario Kart Double Dash is easy. You just hold the drift button and turn the car, and then once you like drift long enough, you realize, hey, there's like the sparks are changing colors when I'm drifting. Oh snap, I get a boost after that. Let me do that some more. And then there's even other tricks, like if you hit the hot button when you jump off a ledge in Mario Kart, you get a boost when you land back down on the ground. It's just like a bunch of little easy tricks to learn, versus like a realistic racing game or a driving simulator like Gran Turismo or like Crew 2. Like the skills and tricks you gotta learn are a lot less subtle. Like you actually gotta turn at this angle at this speed, and you gotta learn the car a little bit better. Cause like I know when I played Gran Turismo, I was playing with some friends, and I thought I was getting the hang of the game, and like I was like beating my friends, but then there was like two randoms that joined. I swear I wasn't making a single mistake throughout the whole race, but these guys were like lapping me and stuff. I'm like, how the hell are you guys doing this? Like, what are you guys even doing to like get this far? Like it was like you could see the skill gap was there, and I didn't know why. I thought I knew a good amount of racing, but apparently I don't.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those situations, like especially when you go to more realistic games. Like you kind of have to know your car. Like Gran Turismo, I think Forza, you could customize your car to some degree, like tires, engine, stuff like that. Like let's say like something like Need for Speed, usually they kind of leave you with like a static car. You got to know your car. You're gonna get into a specific tier of race. I don't know if the system that they use in Mario Kart, like the different C's, I don't know if that plays a role at all. Gran Turismo at all, but if you're falling within a specific type of car speed, like you need to be able to know that car. You need to actually know how good it is at turning, its acceleration, its raw top speed. How can you take turns? You need to use another car, or are you going to make this car work within this realm of cars? So realistic racers, I can certainly see that on. It's happened though on realistic racers. So some of them you have nitrous or turbo, some of them you don't. I would say that I do like turbo, but I think I like it more in the way that Burnout does it. And how Burnout does it is, well, okay, so Burnout has like a couple of ways. You can draft someone, you can also destroy the car. Now maybe we take the ability to destroy the car out, but having like making the sharp turns, like drifting around the corner right, drafting your opponents, hitting certain ramps, maybe even hitting a ramp that's like a corkscrew, or making big jumps, jumping over like special scenery, or many ways that you can get boost inside of Burnout. And I think Asphalt 8. So trying to go that route would be really, really good when it comes to what I think a good racer has, because Turbo is kind of that way. If we're talking strictly Forza, right? Forza or Gran Turismo, that's a different story. I don't really play those games that much, so you'll have to take it away there. But we're talking more about like kind of where they're using that turbo idea, but they're still trying to be realistic. I think that a turbo that allows you to earn that turbo in a skillful way and not just, oh, I'll give it to you after like in certain points is a lot better overall for a racer or more realistic racer.
Yeah, Gran Turismo doesn't have any like nitrous or turbo. That one's like straight up as like they try to make it as realistic as a racing game as possible, like the driving simulator. Like I think like they made a movie out of Gran Turismo, like a guy who played the game and became like a real racer and a champion. That's a real story. Like that's how realistic the game is. Like you can, if you get good at Gran Turismo, you can actually get good at real racing. Forza, I heard there's like a similar story where a guy like became really good at it and became a real racer. But I don't know. It definitely has a realistic feeling to me, and it's considered a driving simulator, but it has more of a fun factor to me. Gran Turismo actually feels like when you first play it, you're like driving like, oh shit, why aren't the brakes going hard enough? Like it's like it feels like actually tough to drive, you know? Like all these other racing simulators like Crew 2, Forza, they don't feel tough to drive. They feel more fun. I mean, it's not like arcadey fun like Mario Kart, but it definitely feels like a realistic fun, you know? That's my topic. That's my take on Gran Turismo versus like the other realistic ones. Gran Turismo by far takes the cake on like the realism.
We're gonna get a Gran Turismo stream. Squall. When's that happening?
That's also on my PS4. I mean, I could possibly download it on my PS5 and stream it on the Elgato. Yeah, it's been a while since I played that.
Yeah, the viewers would love to see that. Is chat saying anything?
Not really. I mean, I have Forza, and then I did just download the Crew, or I did just buy the Crew on PC since it's only like $1, so I could possibly play those. I might be able to play the Crew 2 with you on my PS5 if I download it on my PS5. I should still have the game purchased.
I'll probably download it.
Yeah, chat. Would you guys like us to see us stream? The Crew 2, Gran Turismo, or Forza? Let us know. Which style?
I guess maybe we can talk about
arcade or realistic.
You'll probably find me play more arcade games than realistic. Again, the Crew and stuff like that. You'll find me just driving there. Like I'll just drive around the city. I did that with I think it was Need for Speed Heat. Like after I had beaten the game, I was just like, let me just take this super fast car and just start driving around. Burnout, you kind of can't do that. At least all the Burnouts I played. But yeah, that's kind of what you'd catch me doing. But like when it comes to like Mario Kart and stuff, or like kart racers in general, I'm usually a lot more competitive there. I play those a lot more, but I have to say arcadey. But that depends, because there's so many different versions. So you've got the Disney brought out a kart racer recently. I think it's a buggy, but anyway, I played it. Hopefully things are better, but I don't remember it being that great. It kind of like it had that issue where like I never felt like I could outright just outspeed my opponents based on like me drifting or hitting the right shortcuts and stuff like that. Like it always felt like I'm too close to my opponents, and so I didn't really enjoy it. At least I'm gonna talk from the earlier days. I don't know how it is now. I played another game. What was it called? Bears Can't Race or something. That game didn't even have AI in it. But Bears Can't Drift. It had a beautiful looking world. It's just, you know, the feeling and the controls itself didn't feel that great. I played a lot of Team Sonic Racing, Sonic All Stars Transformed. Now, that's one of the when it comes to Sonic Racers, that's one of my favorites. Crash Team Racing, again, I already mentioned that is one of my favorites. There's one called Crash Tag Team Racing from back in the day. That one is more. It feels like it's on rails. Like it has like a drifting system and stuff like that, but it's kind of on rails because the second you start drifting at all, like they're gonna know. Like you gotta know, like, oh, okay, I can't. I literally couldn't fail doing this.
See, Charm
This
City.
is kind of, it reminds me of that.
Charm City was saying no Need for Speed option. Damn, Need for Speed is a fun game. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed Payback and Heat. What's called Need for Speed Unbound on the newer consoles. That one was cool. The drifting system's really weird on there. But other than that, I enjoyed that game too. I have it on PS5, so that's why I haven't been playing it much. See, as a group, he said we'd probably have the most fun with the crew out of the three. Only racing game I currently play is Need for Speed Underground. Unbound. That's the one that I played on PS5.
Man, I haven't played Underground in a long time, bro. I was inside of a bowling alley, and I heard in the windows to the wall in there, and it brought me back. I was like, bro, I ain't played that game in years, bro. I mean, I remember customizing my car, nitrous, colors, vinyl. I remember all of that, everything. It hit me like a whiplash, bro. It was crazy.
You can still do all that
Yeah.
customization stuff in the newer Need for Speeds.
Mm-hmm. That one
I
had
really
honestly,
thoroughly.
that one had a feel though.
That one had a feel. You know, I did hear about like Underground 2 was like one of the top ones for whatever reason. I never played it, but I heard it was good. That's like one of the top Need for Speed ones that people bring up. Alright guys, as it's 6 o'clock, let's move on to the philosophical one. Alright, welcome back everybody. Let's see, the last topic for us is: can online gaming friendships be as strong as real life ones? Chat, let me know what you think. In the meantime, while the chat says what they think about it, let me put this in the chat and feature it. What do you think, Seven Ninja? Can online gaming friends be as strong as real life ones?
I think it depends. Depends, like, because it's one of those situations where, have you met them in real life at all? I think once it transfers over to I've seen your face and you've seen mine, I think that's when it solidifies a lot more. Do you have to do that? It depends too, because like, let's say you got a group that just gels really well together. Maybe you haven't seen each other before ever, but you gel really well together because of your group. If someone comes in and it's like a bad for the group, it's kind of a virus, if you will, you're gonna kick that out. And if there's issues between the group, but y'all gel really well, everyone's like not just, oh, I'm his friend. No, I'm friends with everyone here. I think it could work. Of course, because I've heard some stories of someone was dying on the other side of the world, and a person literally calls the house of the person. The parents come save that guy, and the police come and help. It was either the police come and help that guy as well, or they stopped a assault attempt. Is the word I'm gonna use.
I know what story you're talking about. Like the guy, the kid on the gaming headset, he was having a seizure or something like that, and the parents all of a sudden open their door to paramedics, and they're just like confused. And when they were, I guess they found out that the friends on the voice chat called the paramedics to his house to save his life or whatever medical episode he was having.
Yeah. So it's like you got moments like these, and so it's like, yeah, they can be really good, strong friendships. Would I say they're as real as like real life ones? Shoot, there are some people I know, like I'd say they're friends, but at the end of the day, I probably wouldn't go see their house. I probably wouldn't go over their house. I probably wouldn't do anything like that. I'd probably just be like, hey, how you doing, whatever. And so it depends on who you're talking about or who you're with. Someone really close, maybe you grew up with them. You're probably gonna go talk to. You probably know their dogs, you know their pets, you know their wives, you know their family, something like that. And so it just depends on who you're talking to. So yes and no, if you will.
I'm going with yes. I think gaming friendships can be strong. Like some people have, let's say they got like some sort of social anxiety, right? They don't know how to talk to people in real life. They'll go to the games and start saying some stupid shit online, and someone will find it funny, and then from then on it just becomes like a rolling ball of we're cool with each other, and then it grows. Then like after some time, like you guys actually start spilling some real shit to each other, and then it's just whether or not that transfers over to like, dude, I should fly to go hang out with you sometime or some shit, if you like they're across the world or across the country, whatever. Like I can honestly say I went to go see some PS4 friends online before, in real life before. So I think they, from my experience, yes, they can be as strong as real friendships.
Yeah.
Have you ever like gone like met like a friend online that you've got really cool with, where you guys like actually like spilled real shit to each other, problems and shit?
I know one guy was some of the guys I knew, they were like across the ocean, so I kind of couldn't go see them. I haven't had anyone really that I wanted to. So I'm gonna put it like this. So I had some groups that I stuck with, we just kind of separated with, just because like life happened. And I've been in some groups where like a big fight happens, and I'm just like, I don't feel like dealing with this. Like it happened. I've had some groups where we would get back together multiple times, and then something just happens, and I'm like, I don't need this hassle. I don't need this. I don't need walking on eggshells. It gets old. Like that. Will it probably happen one day? Sure, I bet, 100%. Especially because I'm a content creator, so one of these days it probably will happen. But overall, not yet. But there's some people that like, especially one of the guys that I hung out with, that like we just separated because of life. I considered him my brother for a period of time, and I wanted to go meet him a couple times, but just life happened.
Yeah, the distance will play a big part in like whether or not you guys kind of stay together or not, but the closeness and the realness is there. If you considered him your brother, I'm that to me counts as strong as a real life one, because like even real life friendships, like they drift apart even if you're close by to each other, no matter how real it may get at certain points. So like just because like there's distance in the way doesn't mean like you're gonna or just because you guys live right next to each other doesn't mean you're gonna be like together for life, and like it's kind of the same concept with like online gamer friends and real life gamer friends. Some stay, some don't. To me, like it's not like 100% equal, but it's pretty close, like it's more of a slow builder. It's more of a slow builder with online friends, because like first of all, like you gotta say or do some goofy shit or be cool with each other, and then like you said, it's like it evolves to like, all right, when do I get his Facebook or his Instagram or something so we can send each other memes and then see what each other really look like, you know? Like that's like a whole next step, and then it's like actually just milk. Why'd you say milk?
I haven't posted that in random chats.
Oh,
This was just yeah.
well, yeah. So there's
I
like
straight up
that whole
derailed you.
step, huh?
I straight up derailed you. That's crazy. But
Yeah, that was random.
Charm City says can be similar, but can never be as real.
Yeah,
I see it.
yeah. I think
understand.
it's close. I think it's real close. You know, like cause like it takes like a slower step to becoming like real friends. Like because like you don't know what each other look like. You don't know each other's names. Like you don't know like what like if you're like say like you're from Florida, right, and you meet someone from Florida, you can obviously talk about Florida things, you know, like a little bit about each other's backgrounds growing up from Florida together, you know, like versus an online friend. I don't know where you're from, what kind of stuff can I like talk about, like can we talk about like how shitty this city is or something together, like, but we won't know if you have that type of knowledge type of thing. So there's like an automatic understanding when you meet a friend in real life versus meet a friend in virtual life.
Yeah. And you know them online friends be acting different when you see them in real life.
It's definitely
Some of them.
it can be weird if you make it weird, you know, when you see each other in real life for the first time. But like my way of getting over that, let's go get some drinks, you know. Let's be the party guy real quick. Let's go get loose and do some stupid shit together, you know.
Yeah.
So I think my thing was like when I met the friends in Seattle, like invited them all over to the Airbnb, like got like a bottle of alcohol, some beers, and grabbed some stupid games like some Uno or something. And like we just whipped out the PlayStation. We all just started just goofing around and shit.
Bro, when are we gonna do Uno for Sensu Talks, man? We gotta do Uno. Gotta happen, bro.
Let's see, is Uno a crossplay?
No, it's on phone. I don't know if it's
Ooh, Uno does support crossplay.
Yeah.
Xbox.
We gotta do Uno.
You know, I do have it on PlayStation 4. I might as well see if I can download it on Steam.
They get the guys, Sensu Talks, talking about whatever. And then one of us hits the other with a +4. No, a +20. Bro.
Uno's $10. I don't know if Hunter, maybe Ghost Hunter might have $10.
You can play it on a phone for free. So if those phone and console connects, you should be able to do it.
I need to figure out if this has crossplay.
I don't know what else we gonna talk about. I don't know what else we gonna talk about friends online or not, but
yeah, I expect that
pretty
to be
much
a lot longer topic. All right, well, let's talk about will AI kill all forms of art?
all right, let's talk about that. So at least when it comes to any artists I deal with, whenever I'm posting any form of AI art, they do not like it. So we're gonna start there and say like, at least when it comes to the artists, I would say they think it will. But I think Cold Sauce said something a while back when I brought that question up, and it was, it'll only bring up the better artists. So people that have their niche, like, yeah, you can kind of try to mix and match and try to get somewhere near a niche, but AI has to learn that, and over time, they might get something near what you're looking for. But the reality of it is that if I'm an artist, if I mess something up, I can just straight up go fix that. But if I'm messing with AI, I gotta hope the AI image itself gets it right. And so And that could be image, that could be music. I could be thinking like I got some random track and I'm like I might want it to be EDM with a touch of hip hop, and it might sound nothing like what's going on in my head. Versus someone that's a music artist can literally what they're thinking they want is what they're gonna get. So an artist will get directly what they're looking for, and an AR artist is more or less gonna be able to give you with their different levels of skill that plays into writing the right prompts and getting the right, because sometimes you can do in painting and out painting. I'll talk about what that is in a second, but there is skill even in the AI artists, but there's still this idea of actually like you know making the stuff yourself and having direct control of what you want. And so in that way, I think artists will still succeed. I just think that there's a certain level of art that won't succeed.
I don't know. Like I could see the hate in AI art versus real art. Like it's kind of like 2D animation versus 3D animation. Like people think it feels cheap, you know, in some sort of way, which I can kind of see. Like real art is like it takes like years of practicing art to like get the hang of like things and stuff like that. I don't think. And then on top of that, let's take this drawing for instance. This drawing would be real hard to do and takes a lot of time and detail to do. I don't know, like you messed around with some AI art. How fast is the AI program?
So AI art can get you something instant, but the thing is that so let's say I was trying to make you, for instance. I would try to maybe describe every detail that I see about you. But the thing is, your hat, depending on the level of the AI art, your hat can literally be on your foot. Your hat could be on your back, and it's like melted to your back. Your arm could be broken, and your fingers could be moving all types of ways. So that could happen depending on the different levels of AI art. The best versions, though, are the ones that allow you to in paint and out paint. And what that is basically you can take a section of that picture and you can edit it, but basically causing it to AI art image that specific point, and you can paint on the in painting. You can change that part in the inside of the picture. But out painting says you can increase the outside of your original AI image. So let's say you've got an original vertical image. Let's say you took a picture on your phone and it's a vertical image. You could outpaint it and turn it into more of a, if it's a rectangle, you can turn it into more of a cube. And so that's what outpainting is. And so it'll also, let's say you took a picture of a rabbit and like there's a mountain in the background. You could outpaint it to see the top of the mountain. It won't look exactly what the mountain's supposed to look like, but for what the image is, it'll look like a mountain's in the background. So that's what kind of what outpainting is. But again, the greatest thing that artists can do is make the actual image they want. You see, I can get an idea of what I'm looking for, and I can get what I think is going to be good enough. I can mess around with it too to some degree, but the simple fact is, what I'm looking for, what I'm actually looking for, I cannot actually touch, unless I'm willing to go hours upon hours in trying to make a specific thing. And even then, I still may not get it. So, again, I'll say this again. I think that artists, the greatest issue they're gonna have, and they kind of have this issue now of like they're in competition with each other. But the more you improve your art, and also it depends because you got this other idea. So like cartoons to someone that cares about realism, it's gonna look like low level stuff. Versus someone that cares about realism can't make a really good artistic, animated looking design. So it all depends on, again, the viewer and the artist itself. And so on the end of AI art, what I consider what I think is going to happen is there's going to be a good chunk of artists. Amateurs are probably not making money right now anyway. But for people that are greater than the amateurs, that actually have a niche and that people are actually following and like their art, they're probably going to be making a lot more. I would say that odds are high the artists may make less money, but I would also argue that it's said also artists don't know how to make money. They're good at creation, but they're not good at the business side of things. So that's going to be a big role. They may have to start getting this with organizations that promote their art. They might have to start doing things that allow their art to be auctioned in a way that stocks does. So it all depends on what that artist does. They're gonna kind of have to learn another skill that isn't creativity, if you will. And so, really, I think AI is either going to cause the artist to enhance themselves, or they're gonna fall by the wayside. I think that's what's gonna happen. But when it comes to the average business, I'll talk from my own personal opinion. I use a lot of AI art in my thumbnails. It depends on what it is. If it's something like Killing Floor, I don't have an actual image for a lot of things I'm looking for. If I want to make a mafia guy, I'll make a mafia guy with AI art. And so once I get my image, that's what it's going. And I would say, when it comes to just what I need, I'm not about to go hire an artist to make a thumbnail if I don't. At least at my current stage, I don't think I need to. But maybe down the line, I want to have my brand look like a specific idea. Do you know Afro Sinju on
I
YouTube?
do not. Afro Sinju. I'll look him up.
Yeah. Okay. He's got like a bear head on it from Afro Samurai. He's got there you go. So that bear head is on everything that he has. I think he has an actual artist, or he does the job itself. An artist can get my icon, my look, down packed and keep that in every thumbnail that I want. It may take some time, but they can create a thumbnail that will look like my brand. And that's what an artist can do. And so for me, I think that artists will do a better job. Artists will either enhance themselves and maybe do something like this where they have a niche, or they will make a brand and they will follow that brand out. Or they'll fall by the wayside, or they're just amateurs at the time. I think that's what's going to happen. And that's anything, even with music. I think, I said this before, Adele has a specific voice. When I hear Adele, even if someone's remixing it, I know that's Adele. I know that's a song. And so I think for musicians, this is going to become a big thing. They've got to have a specific thing that feels like them.
What program are you using for AI art? I'm kind of curious to see this.
Well, right now I use an app called CreArt. So CREART. I think the ART is like capital. It should show like a line with like a rainbow look to it.
Is it on the phone or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also something called Leonardo.ai. So that's what I use when it comes to, like, let's say background images or like specific action scenes. I'm using CreArt for that. Shoot, since you're gonna install it on your devices, I can tell you there's one called a KYRAL. That's probably AI. AI. I use that as well, but that's more for. That was my original one. It's good, but it's better for like people. Versus if you're looking for a specific action scene, stuff like that. I found that CreArt's a lot better for that stuff like that. You can get people in there. It's just that if you're looking more for actual people, maybe even cute stuff like animals and stuff like that, KYRA, I believe that is an AI is the best one for you.
Wait, you said Leonardo what? And then what was the other one?
Leonardo.ai is one for PC.
And then what was the other one?
The other one's a phone app called KYRAL AI. And if you don't find it on Google Play that way, try replace the L on the KYAI and put that as L, because that is I itself.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it
Let
on.
me
Must be a phone
I'll
only
just
search.
yeah. Yeah. Is it Korea? Is that what I used to use it? That I think it is that name. It's on Google Play, so if I can find it, I'll send it to you.
All right.
Regardless,
I make some thumbnails with it. Test it out.
hmm but what's your opinion on it overall?
Let's see. I mean, I definitely think like real art takes way more skill, so I see why the real artists don't like the AI art. Like you said, it might take you some hours to learn like to get like something precise. Let's see.
Yeah.
But let's see, AI art. You know, and it might take you hours to get something precise, and you still might not get it. Well, if some artists might spend years on something, they still can't get their art style right or get it to be like perfect.
Yeah.
You know, like some people like can do art for years and get some perfect shit. Like let's see, like this AI art looks really good, but I don't think it took them. Oh wait, hold up, my earbud died. Let me put the other one in. Alright, I'm back. Say something. What the hell? I can't hear you. Give me 1 sec. Figure this out. Alright, say something.
Alright.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, because like but this is AI art. I don't know much about AI art, but I don't think this took whoever made these like years to make or learn how to make, you know. I'm pretty sure they picked this up and probably like took a quick lesson at longest and figured out how to use it.
I think they're using Mid-Journey. And if you're using Mid-Journey, you need to like connect to the Discord, their actual Discord. So I think that's what they're using. I will link you to that. I put that app inside of the voice chat.
Yeah, I saw it. Thank you for that.
All right. But yeah, 100%. It didn't take them that long to do that. But like if they're trying to go for something specific, 100%, I think that'll probably take a couple hours. Even still, though, the artists themselves have still got it. Like when it comes to like that skill, that especially if you built your built patterns and ways to make something faster, they'll get more efficient. But they're going to be a lot better than, let's say, an amateur doing the same thing.
What the fuck? That's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, it'll mess up pretty fast. Let's see.
AI art, real art. Question of whether AI art is real art is a complex one that has been debated by artists, critics, and philosophers alike. There is no easy answer, as the definition of art is itself contested. However, there are some key points to consider when thinking about this question. First, if it is important to define what we mean by AI art. AI art is a broad term that encompasses a wide range of artworks created with the help of artificial intelligence. These artworks can be created in a variety of ways, but they involve AI in some way. For example, AI art is created by algorithms that are trained on large data sets of images or paintings. These algorithms can then generate new images that are similar to the ones they were trained on. Other AI art is created by humans who interact with the AI systems to create new artworks. Once we have defined AI art, we can start to think about whether it is real art. One way to think about this is to consider the traditional definition of art. Art is often defined by something that is creative, expressive, and has aesthetic value. AI art can certainly be creative and expressive, For example, some AI generated images are so realistic that they are indistinguishable from human made paintings. Additionally, AI art can have aesthetic value. Some people find AI generated image to be so beautiful and thought provoking. However, there are some who argue that it is not real art because it's not created by humans. They argue that art must be created by the human mind in order to be considered art. This argument is based on the idea that art is a form of human expression. However, it is important to remember that art can be created by machines. For example, music can be composed by computers. Ultimately, the question of whether AI art is real art is a matter of opinion. There's no right or wrong answer. However, by considering the definition of art and different ways that AI art is created, we can start to develop a more nuanced understanding of this emerging field. That's kind of a good point. That like when I see AI art, I'm thinking this isn't art. When I hear AI music, I think this is music. Like but they're somewhat kind of like the same category when it comes to like art, you know. But dang, that's a tough one. I didn't think about it like that.
I mean, I'm gonna put it like this: AI can't make art on its own. There needs to be a human behind it in order for it to be able to be done. And so basically, the average person has the ability now. I don't have to learn the skills. I can get something around what I'm looking for, you know. And I think for a lot of people, that's enough. I think really when you have a lot of people that are talking about AI art or AR in any form of way, art, I think when they're saying that is because, well, AI's kind of taking their job away. Again, and we could even take this to like how like cars back in the day, it was handmade. Now robots are doing it, and it's actually done a better job as well because it's more fine tuned. So there's a level of what is there's a level let's go a base standard that's going to be the same quality no matter what happens, that a machine can do. And now the machine can be raised depending on, like, let's say the quality of that machine, but the machine falls at a certain standard. And so now you're either going to niche out and become something that it's completely hard for AI to copy, and maybe it can copy it when you're dead or whatever, but it's hard for them to copy, or B, I don't know. I don't know how you make that work, but something you're gonna have to, in a formal way, evolve. I'm not saying I like the idea of people losing jobs or anything, but in the grand scheme of things, technology is always going to improve, and in that formal way, we kind of have to accept this idea that we're going to have to improve with it. Get it? Don't get it twisted. But that's what I'm seeing.
Oh, basically you're saying whether you accept AI art as art or not, you're gonna have to accept it eventually and learn how to use it or live with it.
Learn how to use it, learn how to enhance yourself, because maybe, hey, you might have made a mistake, you didn't realize it's there. Maybe I can switch it over. I think, especially with in painting, you can actually do that with actual images. You might be able to correct it right then and there, and it might even make it look better, stuff like that. Yeah, it's also, I think, you said something before when we were talking about Pike and Scandalland, like how it hits your ego a little bit. If a straight male were to catch you in a formal way, it's hitting their ego. If AI is doing a better job than them, and I can see it. Like, don't get it twisted. I get it. The way I see it, unless we're going back to the Stone Age, technology is just going to keep growing. Love it or hate
that's
it.
true. I think
You know,
there's something I seen a couple times, once on the internet, once on like a high school teacher's like wall, like a poster. It was like from like the 1800 to 1900, like knowledge doubled, and then from 1900 to 1926, not exact numbers of course, knowledge doubled. Then from 1926 to like 1930, knowledge doubled. And then like it said after a certain point, knowledge is gonna double like every 13 hours or some shit like that. So like when
we're living in it.
Yeah, like basically like knowledge is evolving fast, you know, technology is going to evolve with it. So it's here and it's here to stay. Uh like I see the whole argument like why real artists don't consider it art. But I don't think there's anything we can do about it. Yeah, it might have taken you like 10, 20 years to become a masterclass artist. And here comes some AI artist who learned how to use an AI in 2 hours, and they're coming out with art like top-notch art too. Like I understand it. You put in like hard work, sweat, and tears, and blood, and all that stuff. Like here comes like little rich boy with rich mommy and daddy money just coming in just out of nowhere who outclasses you. That would make anyone salty.
Mm-hmm. You want to start looking at AI art?
I kind of want to see AI Dragon Ball art. Oh snap! Looks kind of funny, but it's still good.
Gohan? Is that Gohan? Oh, you know what's Gohan? Is that Starfire?
It looks like Chi-Chi's
Starfire.
like clothing, but with Starfire hair. Oh, that eye is all fucked up.
It is.
Oh, we can't look up. We can't look at it.
Now that I think about it, Control plus on that.
I was doing Control scroll wheel. Control plus. Yeah, it's not doing anything.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, it is, because you can actually tell that the thing on his leg, the thing on her leg, probably isn't supposed to be there either, or it's not supposed to be in that way. Oh, that's terrible.
2 left hands.
Oh, that's terrible. I can accept the hair. I can't accept the more. Oh man.
Not bad.
Bro, is that Chi-Chi?
It might
bad,
be.
though.
It doesn't look
That's
like. Oh,
great.
it is Chi-Chi, but it doesn't look like her. A realistic Gohan. That's kind of cool. Not bad. He looks like a girl a little bit.
Just like 18.
If Hunter was here, he would be talking shit. Who is that gay ass girl or something like that? Hunter, if you're watching, you know I'm right. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That looks like that's from Sparking Zero a little bit. I doubt they captured that. No.
AI Chi-Chi. Damn. That's pretty good. I like the UI Goku. That one's pretty good.
Is that Piccolo? Under Cell?
What the fuck is up with that face,
Is that
bro?
Dragon Ball Evolution? Is that Dragon Ball Evolution? Oh my god.
Hold on, what the fuck is up with Goku's face here? What the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
It just looks like a wrinkle is there for his mouth and eyes.
So something I've seen before, I can kind of talk about this. If you have an image that you really, really want, and it's got more than one unit, it'll put like those 2 units. It'll put it on both units instead of one. And sometimes, if you want to specifically get like down to like a specific clothing or something like that, it would actually be better for you to inpaint than to try to get it as a whole image. Super Saiyan Blue Chi-Chi.
No, this is Bulma.
It would be better for you to inpaint. Bulma?
Yeah, we've never seen
know.
Bulma with this kind of hair before. That'd be kind of cool to see her with that kind of hair.
It looks like wait, you said, does it say Bulma down there? I kind of can't see it. So All right.
That's pretty cool. A modern Super Saiyan
That's
Blue
your next-
Goku.
That's your next phone at wallpaper. I can see it now.
That's kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie.
You already saving it now. See you.
Hey, thanks for giving me the idea to save it. That's lit, dude. I might save that
Now
one.
you know you gotta get a Jujutsu Kaisen cold sauce. Yeah.
Where's the homie Kakashi at, bro? Hey. Let's feature some of Gojo specifically. Damn. Just to annoy him. Gojo's the real Kakashi, Hunter.
I've been seeing a couple of them. He got the blindfold on.
Jujutsu Kaisen Gojo AI art. Yeah, that's the boy. He's the goat.
Over there fuming.
The goat of all ninjas.
We might need to get some Attack on Titan too. I could never hate watch something, bro. That'd be terrible. That 3 episode rule is real, bro. It's crazy. Is that supposed to be Aaron?
Yeah, it looks like an Aaron Levi. A Levi if he was a Titan. That goes kind of hard.
Bro, that'd be scary for the enemy. Okay, you seen what that girl does? Imagine Levi. Be too strong. It wouldn't even be Aaron's show no more.
Armin looks pretty raw. I'm not gonna lie, that's sick.
You know, you gotta go ahead and say that for your background. Go ahead, man. You got AI gift too on some of things. I know CreArt has it.
Oh, Hanji. Let's look up Hanji.
One thing I will tell you though about the AI apps, I bought its lifetime like years ago for the 2 that I've showed you already. I don't know if they have lifetime now, but I can tell you I have it for that. One of the main reasons I use it so much. But
I feel it.
I only really buy lifetime on AI art apps that I think are pretty good.
All right, closing thoughts on AI. Will AI kill all forms of art?
I think that there are going to be people that niche and do things like that. I think AI, if anything, is going to take some of the time out of art. But I do still think that when it comes to like the best artists, and there's going to be people that just draw because they like to draw. They make art because they like to make art. I think these people are still going to exist, and I think they're going to build a fan base that'll really, really like their stuff. When it comes to stuff like businesses and stuff like that, unless they want something specific that only that person can probably make exactly how you want it, I think businesses are going to go to like people that can just do AI art. But I think that it depends. Then you got people that like because some people graffiti walls. You know, I can't graffiti a wall. But some people graffiti walls. And so there's always going to be someone that wants the art that you make. It's just a matter of you're going to have to figure out where they are, have to figure out business, and you're going to have to put yourself out there in a way that allows for the attention that you want. And again, it's always said, artists are not business people. They do not know business whatsoever. So that's going to be their biggest hurdle. It's just an extra skill they have to learn. That's all.
Yeah, I don't think AI is going to kill all forms of art. If at the very most, you know, if there's no real art, if there's ever a period or a generation onward where there's no real art, it'd be like artists work with AI art and like use it as a tool to create art. I don't think it's going to kill it. Like, it's going to be integrated or a hybrid of real generated AI art, or at the most. That's just my take on it, though. I'm not a fortune teller, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. I guess that does it for nerding out. Let's do our outros. Let's see. Favorite part of the podcast. Plug your socials, any announcements, and favorite car. So I am SquallRush, gaming addict, anime nerd, Dragon Ball Z fanatic. Got a link tree with all my platforms. I got the Buy Me a Coffee account. If you want to support me on there, please do. I got no new announcements other than the beginning. I got like a new Sparking Zero custom battle I'm working on, so there's gonna be a new video out with it soon if you want to watch that, and the room code will be in the video if you want to play it instead of watch it. I don't know if it's cross-play, if you can play those custom battles on PS5 or Xbox, or if it's just PC only. So we'll find out soon, or you'll find out soon if you play it. Other than that, no other announcements. Favorite part of the podcast, I really enjoyed talking about, even though I didn't finish the anime, Legend of Vox Machina. Really good anime. Recommend everyone out there to watch it. It's got funny, it's got humor, it's got realism, it's got internal struggles, the whole 9 yards. It's great. Let's see. And favorite car, Chevy Camaro, baby. It's got looks and speed. If like friends used to always want to use my car because it was like the biggest car back then, and my car would always be left as a mess and trashed in and stuff like that, and I hated it. So I got a 2-door car with like very little back seats, so when people say, oh, we'll just use your car, it's all good, and once they hop in my back seats, they're like, nah, we're never using your car again. Perfect for that. Speed and no back seats for people to trash. All right, 7 Ninja, take it away.
You know you gotta show the viewers your vehicle. You know you gotta show the viewers the vehicle. All right. You can find me at Game Jolt, MeWe, and Rumble. I'll should lead you back to Rumble. That's 7 Ninja 7. You know, and no announcements besides I will be doing my full review on Vox Machina Season 1 inside of my channel, 7 Ninja 7. So check it out there. Outside of that, favorite part of the podcast, I actually think I did like talking the most about this AI subject. I was gonna mention the racing, but you know, I kind of wanted to delve into more of that with the whole group. So we'll talk more about that later. But when it comes back to the AI art thing, I used it a lot. I get how people feel, but I like it. So AI art for me. And favorite car. So originally I was I don't really know the name of the car that I saw that I thought was pretty cool, but I am about to link you. I'll name it, but it's got a Maserati MC20. It looks pretty cool to me. I hope this leads you to it. Good gracious, what is all that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it leads you straight to it. That one looks pretty cool to me. Yeah. I saw a car. It was like when I was in like middle school, and I saw it. It was called I know it was called a Maserati, but I don't really know what its actual name was. But out of all the cars that I ever wanted to get, I knew Maserati was one of the ones I wanted to own in my life. A Maserati of some kind.
Not bad, not bad. Well, this one's my car, the Camaro.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, she's purty.
That's you in the gated fence? Nah.
No, it's not.
Is this your Facebook?
It's just a gated. Yeah, it's my Facebook. It's a gated border between me and the next door neighbor.
Where's the spoiler?
It's got a small spoiler.
Okay.
That
All right. Now you know where the neon lights at and the spitters.
it's not Need for Speed, bro.
Where you nitrous at? I get you a nice vinyl on the side. SquallRush or whatever. Oh, no, it's gotta have Goku on the side of it. SquallRush.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Not on the car.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my laptop or something. A sticker of Goku.
You know what? It wouldn't be Goku. It would be Goku's symbol.
Oh, on the car? Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like that.
Uh-huh.
That's lit.
Mm-hmm. You probably get it like orange with like a blue stripe. I can see it now. That's it for me.
The Wii symbol, maybe. Alrighty, peeps. That's it for nerding out. Thank everyone for tuning in. Thank the panel for being here. We'll see you guys for Senzu Talks, and next Saturday. Well, actually, next Saturday I will be busy. I'll pitch to everybody about doing it on Friday or Sunday. So we'll see you soon for Great Nimbus Debates and Senzu Talks this week. Alrighty, peeps. I'm out. Have a good one.
Later.